Right, let's take a walk around.
I'm 115. I'm basically doing that.
Just having a usual debate.
Really?
Is that Raj?
By skin colour.
I have spoken to this man a few times, and every time he'll run you
God
around
saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth. Isn't this what's happening today? The wickedness of man is very great today. In Syria, in Lebanon, excuse me, Northern Ireland, people killing one another. And here in the streets of London, every other week, a young man, a young woman is killed by knife attack, murder. And the police say we're outnumbered. The word of God says God saw that the wickedness of man was great indeed, and it grieved God that he had made man. We read further.
London.
We've got someone over here talking poetry.
How can we say we live in a democracy? Without this, how can we say that we are progressing as a race and not the years, thousands of years, not years, 1,000 years of repression from the religious elite, the wealthy religious elite, who told everyone, no, yes, you're not allowed to have an abortion, that's a crime. And then these same people are raping children. These same people walk away with billions from our communities. These same people send the working class and the middle class to their wars, not our wars. It's their wars.
We'll go take a walk into the crowd. That's a gay Christian couple who's obviously come up here to say they're best friends. Huh? Oh yeah, you're gonna get a few free topic shots. Hang on. The flag again.
It's a second match, but then you know.
Makes appearance again.
It's a sound.
There's a lot of people at Speaker's Corner today. That's what he's read. You're right. Free topic. It looks like a lot of people sit over the Tommy Robinson around.
I did actually think we were getting arrested.
Hey, you're welcome. This is just a walkways at the moment. Oh, Simon there. He's in doing his last, next report, not last. There does seem to be this big group here, so I'm going to try and get into this conversation here and find out what's going on. Because these people look excited. Some of them
You must think so.
No, I think the same. The only person is me who thinks Islam is not violent.
They'll literally walk around with a drone going, we'll be this. Yeah, big up Tommy Robinson. Not racist, he's a great guy.
Right, let's go for a little walk around.
Who cannot walk in the walk of their God?
moment, there's a few people in. Not as many as I thought. There's the flag of catchphrase.
Can you remember David? What's that? What is that?
I had someone actually ask me once where Kek was, Kekistan. I couldn't tell them I was too busy laughing.
Pay £15 more.
One thing I've always noticed about Speaker's Corner, right? It's supposed to be the cornerstone of democracy. Every weekend, every Sunday, there's debates here. Is there a news team here? As always, we have our police. I feel with those people just standing around doing your chit chat. We need to get back into this place. Right, let's go. Let's go back up this way. I do like that plate. I've got to get one of those plates. Then you've got people here with a George Cross.
Flag there.
Yeah. You really like that? Yeah.
I'm walking behind you like this.
You people were not Jewish.
Behind you like this.
Just to show you some of the stuff that goes on here.
Living in community, so living a shared life. This is our group, and our group over there. Living a shared life. Not necessarily in a monastery, but that's one example of it.
Is there any quick closer about Islam? Something different, isn't it? Hold on, we've got someone walking around the corner. What's this man up to? What is a Christian?
Wrong words, wrong thoughts, wrong deeds. He knew nothing of those things. Jesus Christ is perfect man. I challenge anybody to give me a better example of a human life. You can't do it. But Jesus Christ is not only perfect man, he is God in the flesh. He's the God of creation who became the baby in Bethlehem.
Proved that there was better people than Jesus Christ. But he's early. Jesus Christ had slaves. Jesus Christ used to whip people.
Jesus and the group. So something to think about, really.
Hey, I've thought about religion a lot, and believe me, none of it makes sense. Good answer. Only God can do that. Yeah. If it was true only God could give you the answers, then we wouldn't have the internet. Yeah. You know, it's funny because the quietest group here is the Free Tummy group. And if you walk over, as we're gonna, you're gonna fight. Tommy's in jail.
Tommy, from what I've
Heard was removed and moved over to Hull prison. I don't know how true that is. That's the rumour going around so far. Right.
Judge's intention to
Something should be played. I think if you had this way, you'd be jailed.
Yeah, probably. These are brought out the old posters that my wife's walking about with. Do you know what? I haven't actually seen Ali. I don't know. I haven't seen him here.
Has anything come out today? Has any of the main media released more information? They're still banned.
Yeah, I think they're banned until October, until the great case trial finishes.
There's loads of people videoing a stall here. It's an exciting stall. Look, it's got 2 steps. Normal bread. But this is the top of the crowd. Out of all, this is the quietest, calmest crowd. Raj, over there somewhere. We'll go stand up for a bit. Huh? Probably. We have said hello to him. The seat guy, yeah, Raj. Yeah, he's over here somewhere. Well, the speeches are starting. So if we actually stand here, Raj will look up. Right. This man has been standing on this stool here for ages, for a long while, and today he's standing here in his country.
They were at Downing Street yesterday. They're here at Speaker's Corner today, and we're all standing up for Tommy. And why is this happening? Why is Tommy being singled out and picked on? There's many people take a stand on issues, but Tommy takes a stand on a single issue. He takes a stand on the Islamisation of the United Kingdom, and nobody else has the balls to do it. Well, that's going to change. Many years ago, I'm old enough to remember it, there was a film called Spartacus.
I'm Tommy! I'm Tommy!
The thing is, everyone got crucified at the end of Spartacus. That is the price you pay, and I want to tell you something, friends. It's a joke, but every single one of us should be prepared to go to prison and die on this issue. If we lose freedom of speech in this country, we lose this great United Kingdom. This great tolerant nation is becoming a totalitarian nation, and we're the people that stop it.
That's not Tommy. Tommy's in jail, unfortunately.
First they came for Salman Rushdie. Nobody said anything. Then they came for Theo Van Gogh, and they killed him. Nobody said a thing. Then they came for Charlie Hebdo, and they machine gunned them to death, and nobody said a thing about it. Now they're banning people from this country, nobody's saying a thing. They put Tommy in prison where he could be murdered, and nobody's saying a thing. But we're talking about it today! Let's make some noise for Tommy Robinson! What we need to do, we need to be smart. We need to keep this peaceful. We need to keep this within the law. We need to do this right. And we need to do this the political way. And we need to find a political direction to get those scumbags booted out of Parliament. We need to train this one. We need to train this one. We need to do it now. And what we also need to do, is a great army of darkness has invaded our land. A great army of spiritual darkness that is trying to destroy this land and tear this land apart. And that army of darkness is made up of Islamic supremacists who want to take over this state and turn it into a Sharia Islamic state. We're not going to let them. No! There will be no Sharia, and we want to see the Sharia courts closed down. We want yes! And why was Tommy grabbed? Why was he arrested and why was he locked up? Let's be honest, because he was standing against Islamic, racist rape gangs. It's believed that up to 1 million girls and women in this country have been raped by the so-called grooming gangs. They're not grooming gangs, they're rape gangs. And friends, we need to uncover the networks. We need to find out about who is pulling the strings of these Islamists. And we know that Qatar, the country of Qatar, has been bankrolling Islamists. They've been bankrolling the Muslim Brotherhood. They've been bankrolling terrorists. We've got to uncover them. We've got to show them for what they are, and we've got to stop it and stamp it out. And our government needs to be held accountable for doing business with Islamist states like Saudi Arabia and Qatar. That must stop. There's legislation getting passed in this country that will get you 6 years in prison for saying the things that I have just said.
I'll take 6 years.
I take 6 years as well. I take 60 years. We've got to be ready to go to the wire on this one. Friends, we've got to start fighting back. We've got to start writing to our MPs. We've got to start finding out why the mainstream media runs and hides. Why does the mainstream media not cover the thousands of people that are taking to the streets about this?
Cowards!
Exactly, cowards! They're cowards! I want to tell you something. I'm going to get my friends up to speak now. But I want to tell you something. There's a groundswell in this country. We're on the crest of a wave, and we are going to win!
Tommy Robinson is one man that has been standing up against the Islamisation of this country for decades. The state, the media has been slandering him as far right as racist for decades. Why? Because he was calling out the sex groomers decades ago. He was branded as a racist. Now, finally, the state is catching up with Tommy Robinson. Finally, the government has instigated an inquiry into the mass sex grooming. Will that inquiry have any balls?
It'll be a cover-up. It'll be a cover-up.
We have to see. That man, Tommy Robinson, visited this area about 2 months ago. Why did he visit this area? Because the bastards have been trying to Islamise this area. They have been trying to take over and control Speaker's Corner, just like they are doing across the country, with their bullying, with their intimidation, with their threats of violence, with their actual violence. People have been spat upon, kicked, punched, chased out the park. And I'm afraid to say the police do very little. When someone dares to challenge
shame on them.
And they're surrounded by a baying mob, what do the police do?
Nothing.
Surrounded by a baying mob to leave the park. It's happened with Tan twice. It's happened with Joseph Corrin once. It happens all the time. The police go for the easiest option. They placate the bullies, the intimidating, violent, threatening bullies, and we must not stand for it.
Do the job we pay you to do!
There are two things why all of you people are here, why all of the thousands were outside Downing Street yesterday. As Richard said, the authorities are using every last letter of the law to try and throw at our Tommy. The guy had a custodial sentence for a £2,000 family loan for a mortgage. He was thrown in jail for that. How many people do you think are doing that left, right and centre every day? They are using everything to throw at this man. The second, even bigger concern is the strength of a secular, democratic, developed democracy is the independence of its judiciary. Clearly, the British judiciary is no longer independent. They are taking their orders from the politicians, from those people up on high. It's not the bobbies on the street. It's not the bobbies that put Tommy in the back of the van on Friday. It is the orders upon high who are politicising our judiciary. Are we living in Putin's Russia? It bloody well feels like it. We don't want Putin's Russia. Putin is an evil, totalitarian dictator that controls the judiciary, that throws journalists in jail that dare speak out against him. Look, my friends, the exact same is now happening in Britain. And we cannot allow it. Thank you.
Oh, Rajo!
I'm not normally the one that stands up and speaks like this. I'm normally surrounded by like 50 people screaming and calling me a racist, saying that I'm an Islamophobe, that I'm a traitor, I'm a coon, I'm an Uncle Tom. And so, you know, 3 or 4 weeks ago, I went to the Day for Freedom, and I think Tommy Robinson's event was amazing. I met Tommy and I spent 5 hours with him. I've got everybody in the media and everybody saying he's a racist. I'm telling you straight now, he's not a racist. That's true. Yeah, I've spoken to him and I know him now, and he's an amazing guy. One of the things was that I knew from that day he's going to be targeted because it was such a successful event that now they're going to be using him as a scapegoat to try and silence him. I don't speak for the Sikh community. A lot of Sikhs don't like me. Fair enough, I don't care. Yeah, I'm an individual. I don't think as a group. But that's the problem with a lot of people. They think as group think. Yeah, I think what's right and what's wrong. Sorry, what's right and what's wrong. And the thing is, the grooming epidemic has been going on since the 80s with the Sikhs as well. Someone I know has been groomed. Yeah, I know other people that have been groomed. I know friends that went to prison for beating up groomers. And so the people that have been trying to fight it for all this time have been the Sikhs. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, and most people are sick of it. And it was Tommy Robinson who was the one that had the balls to come out and say that the grooming epidemic was all around the country, including with Sikhs, including with and the one common denominator, you can't get away from it, is 85% of them are Muslim. Yeah? Until that is addressed, forget about the race, forget about what's right and wrong in your brain, what's politically correct. I'm an Asian guy, yeah, I'm from the same place as a lot of these people that are convicted of grooming. They're from Pakistan, the Punjab. I'm from the Punjab of the Indian side. Yeah, and we are the same people genetically, so it's not a racial issue. I'm speaking up against something that is a disgrace to the country, and Tommy Robinson, in my opinion, is a hero. Yeah! In my opinion, as somebody that will bring back the UK to what it should have been and what it should be, the Speaker's Corner is the first place that needs to be regained. Because I'm sick and tired of coming here every week and we're bombarded by, you know, we're outnumbered 1 to 40 every time and we're surrounded. This needs to be taken back. And Tommy Robinson has done a little bit. But this is not just for a fad. It shouldn't just be for like a week or, you know, when Tommy Robinson, it should be forever. In the winter, when it's raining, when we're here, and it's, you know, we've got umbrellas up and it's like minus whatever and we're still here. It's about regaining Speaker's Corner, because once this is lost, the whole of the UK will be lost. Yeah. Another thing is that I got the nickname Tommy Robinson as an insult. I didn't choose it. They chose it for me. I take pride in it now. So you want to call me Tommy Robinson?
Before we close here, Tommy Robinson said this to me a few months ago. He said, our movement is made up of ordinary people doing extraordinary things, and that's what you are, and that's what I am. We're just ordinary people, and we're all doing extraordinary things, and we need to give ourselves a round of applause. Also, there's a Facebook page with set up by one of my friends here. It's called Free Tommy Robinson. It's had hundreds of thousands of hits. It's got a crowdfunder on it to try and raise money for his legal fees. Get behind what this man's doing. Let's support Tommy. Let's get Tommy out and let's see a great victory. Because remember, next time it could be me or you getting arrested and locked up. Thank you for coming. God bless you all. We're going to
I think the speeches here are over. Should we notice how calm the crowd always is at these events? Whenever Tommy Robinson's involved, the crowd always seems to be really calm, really peaceful. They'll stand, they'll talk. Now, let's go over to the religious side. With these religious people, it doesn't matter whether you're Muslim, Christian, Catholic, you're nuts. You believe in sky fairies.
Keep your blessing there. When your heart is hardened to the gospel of Jesus,
talk their point,
that
they
means
have to scream
the
it.
blessing of God is taken away from you. The disciple of Jesus, and when that proclaim the message of the kingdom. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? If Jesus was not the Son of God, he would have no power.
I really don't know, but this seems to be the religious end. And whenever you get to them, no one's ever really listening to the speaker. I mean, when you go to the Tommy Robinson event, they're all quiet, they all listen. When you come to these, you'll get the odd people standing around listening, and everyone else will stand around and discuss something completely different. It's religion for you. No one's really interested in it. We just say we are. There are too many people that believe religion's a necessity and forget that humanity's a necessity, religion ain't. But once again, look, all the people over here to support Tommy, right? You can hear all that little shouting, screaming. Now the speeches are stopped. Right? Now everybody's going to be talking. How calm it is.
Of course, if you're a different viewer, they're going to come see you. We're not going to get along with you.
Yeah, when you get a list D, it's not very good.
Tommy, 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 Tommy Robinson. Oh, Tommy, 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 Tommy Robinson.
I could be wrong, but this seems to be the most together crowd out of them all. While the others are all shouting and screaming.
Wait for Amy to get ready. Amy has been arrested for a legal situation. She's going through a very similar thing to what Tommy's done. We're going to have her standing on the platform. I also want to mention the 23rd of June. 23rd of June, we're having a mass protest marching from Victoria to Parliament, and that's about the freedom of the United Kingdom. Freedom from the EU.
I don't know if you heard that, but the 23rd of June, there's going to be a mass protest.
Yeah. Freedom of speech. Yes. Freedom of religion. Yes. Freedom from terrorism and from being terrorised by the state. That's happening on the 23rd of June. Check it out on Facebook. We want to see you all there. Come on, Amy.
Go.
This was the lady on YouTube who was arrested the other day. The one that actually come to the park and put the police in there.
Good on, Abe.
Hello.
Hello, darling.
I didn't know I was going to speak. I just want to say, for the record, I'm on bail and my conditions, in case anybody says differently, not to contact or to attempt to contact directly or indirectly by any means eyewitness Darren Edwards, who's in, back on the south coast, and I'm not allowed to go to my local Tesco's. Those are my bail conditions, so I can be here and It doesn't say anything about not being able to say anything. I just want to say one thing that's so important that everybody seems to have forgotten about is our basic right for freedom of speech. It is under the Public Order Act 1986, Chapter 64, 29J. It's still in place. And it says, nothing in this part shall be read or given effect in a way which prohibits or restricts discussion, criticism, or expressions of antipathy, dislike, ridicule, insult, or abuse of particular religions, ideologies, actually, or the beliefs. Hold on. I'm shaking a little bit, sorry about it. I'm not using it on
You're doing well, Gil.
or practices of their adherents, or of any other belief system, or the beliefs or practices of its adherents, or proselytizing or urging adherents of a different religion or belief system to cease practicing their religion or belief systems. That is in place, so we can say whatever we like to whomever we like. And if they don't like it, they have to just deal with it. Grow a thick skin. We're from Britain, for God's sake. Monty Python, the life of Brian. Hello? It is crazy what is going on today. What happened to me 3 days ago.
Yeah, shame.
Shame on them.
I'm starting to shake now. Was so outrageous. I did nothing. Nothing wrong. All I had done was say to a man, have a gay day. And I swear that is what I say. But actually, I will read you what I've been accused of. I've got so many things I've been accused of. They keep adding to them without me knowing what the hell I've done. Here we go. Okay, so it is alleged that on Monday, the 29th of January 2018, in the car park of Tesco's home, actually, you were involved in an altercation with a male. It is alleged that you challenged the male over his use of a disabled parking space, and that during the altercation, you referred to him as, I quote, one of those. With your finger on your lip and moving your hip. Which I didn't do, by the way. I swear I didn't do that. I don't know what that is. And then, oh my God, get ready. It is also said that at the time you also said, quote,
Lady is wearing a maggot.
you gays. No.
People like Trump give a lot of hope.
Put it in a plural, but you know. Anyway. And you type of people. Before physically pushing him through the chest, causing no injury, but causing him to step backwards. Now the reason why would I push a man to the chest? Huh? Maybe because he came at me, he came into my space, I said, please move back, and instead of moving back, he moved right into my face, stuck his finger in my face, towering over me, so I instinctively just pushed him back from me and said, get back. And that, I swear on all that is holy, is what happened on that day. And because of that, he phoned the police, accused me of a homophobic hate crime and assault. It is, and this is, I'm reading to you what I've been accused of, and because of that, the police, 2 weeks later, I heard nothing, okay? The security guard who came between us, because, you know, he saw the guy come at me and he was concerned, he offered to be my witness, okay? I didn't ask him. He said that was out of order, what he did. Totally out of order. I was shaking. You know, I had to sit for a bit just to get over it because he was, you know, he was like 6 feet tall. You know, not a small guy. And he was towering over me and I thought he was going to hit me, for God's sake. I'd done nothing. So, when he said about being my witness, because it was nothing, I didn't get hurt. Certainly he didn't get hurt, except for his poor feelings, his snowflake bloody feelings. I didn't think anything of it. And then with without anything else happening, 2 weeks later, on a Sunday afternoon, I'm sitting in my house and my living room window opens from the street without warning. And it's a policeman. And he's telling me to open my door. He didn't even knock on the window. I got a window. He just opened my window. And that was actually, I swear this is true. God's honest truth. That window was one where 6 years before, when I was in bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, a burglar came in through. When I was in that, it's the first time of my life. So that particular window opening, and that shocked me in itself. So because of it all being bizarre, I thought I've got to record this. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they're here, but just in case, because of previous, I don't know why I don't trust the police. Anywho, so I recorded this 8-minute deal where they were trying to get me to say what happened. I asked them what happened. They wouldn't tell me. I don't know. I posted this on YouTube, and I'm just shocked and stunned to say that there have been 40,000 views on this thing. But anyway, I wouldn't tell them. I wanted them to tell me what I'd done wrong because I really didn't know. And they said it was a potential. I said, I've broken the law, have I? And they said, well,